I'm Dave Epp, and I have the honor and privilege of representing the riding of Chatham-Kent-Leamington, and I work with the Conservative Party of Canada. From a certain perspective, I think it was a bit of a natural progression. I had the honor of being elected at the age of 24 to represent fellow farmers to the local county federation. And that opportunity grew into an opportunity to represent processing vegetable growers on a provincial level, and then worked with a government agency at a provincial level, and I've represented the processing tomato industry, which is almost a part of my identity, on the international stage. And so this opportunity grew over time, and I've derived great satisfaction from it. Every time I stand in the House of Commons with an intervention or a speech, I usually begin with, I am honored and privileged to bring the voices of Chatham-Kent-Leamington to this chamber. And so to pick a moment is difficult, especially through the tumultuous 3 years that I've had the opportunity here. But if I think of a pride perspective, simply the opportunity to bring over 100,000 voices to this chamber is a great opportunity. What motivates me to go to work every day? I do, on a personal level, enjoy a challenge. And as I stated earlier, the opportunity to have progressive opportunities on larger stages to represent others and attempt to help others is something that I derive personal satisfaction from and enjoy that challenge. Shortly after being elected, we had the challenge of COVID, as did all Canadians. In particular, our community in Leamington has got a large agricultural sector, in particular a large greenhouse sector. And we have, as guest workers in our community, over 12,000. COVID came into our community, as it did with every community, and so entered into the bunkhouses. And so it gave the opportunity for me to chair actually a Zoom gathering almost on a weekly basis with all three levels of government, because the issues of health, of guest workers, of immigration, of labor standards, cut across all three levels of government, cut across multiple departments. And so that gave me the opportunity to work with my colleagues from Windsor and the region, because multiple communities were affected. And so I worked with representatives from three parties, three levels of government, multiple stakeholders. Democracy is based upon a debating process. At least our Westminster parliamentary system is. And so the challenges for those of us that come to this place with opinions is to listen. And that needs to remain a part of the process. And sometimes with the advent of the media that I'm participating in right now, with social media, voices become more polarized, time is shortened, and probably the challenge of maintaining respectful dialogue is more difficult now than it was before cameras, let's say, came into the House of Commons. My daughters, I have 4 daughters, from their mid-20s to early 30s right now, give me hope. As I see them stretch their wings, my wife and I often joke that we have 4 opposites. They're going in 4 different directions. My maiden speech, I said I wanted no glass ceilings for my daughters. We're very proud. They spend time in the farm fields. Perhaps that's why they each have 2 university degrees and are pursuing their interests and all doing very, very well. That gives me hope. The advice I would give myself is not be in such a rush to get to my adult self. Enjoy that time, a bit more of exploring. I have had a wonderful series of opportunities to travel, and I would take more time to travel, interact. I often joke, say I don't know exactly what I want to do when I grow up, and I'm saying that from the age of 60. And so I would, from the perspective of some more years, I would say enjoy that time a bit more.